friends, it's Sydney from Sid Plans It Out. Welcome back to my channel, and if you're new here, thank you so much for stopping by. Today we're going to be planning my August budget, which I'm sorry, what? August? Wasn't it just, I swear it was just July, but August is knocking on our doors, so here we go. All right, so the first thing I'm going to do is set up my monthly with when all the bills are due. I'm also going to put in I have a couple days that I'm out of town and some birthdays and whatnot, and I'm going to put that in here because it's going to affect my budget, obviously. So I pulled out this Save Now, Spend Later sticker book because I have a ton of stickers left in there, and that is where we are going to start. So I'm going to, off to the side here, I just have a paper with all my bills on it and the days that they are due. So the first thing I need to do, actually, I need to look at my July calendar here. So I need to look at July because I need to see what things are going to be paid with my July budget. So I budget by paycheck. So I like to have the bills that are due at the beginning of the month, I like to pay with the payday from the end of the month before. So that is kind of how I will figure that out. I'm going to use these $sign bullets. I was like, what the heck are these? And I'm going to pick a couple colors. So let's see. What colors do I want to use? Orange, why not? I love orange. Orange is my favorite color and I have orange bullets. So let's go for it. And then, I like to pick a mild liner that matches. And you'll see, if you haven't seen any of my budget videos before, you will see in a moment how I use those. And then let's do blue. Blue and orange are a good combo. And then also, I guess I'm going to need another one for the bills from the end of the month. So we'll do pink for those. All right. So I'm going to start by putting in with the pink. This is kind of like a pinkish purple, but I think it'll match well enough. I'll put in all of the bills that were due or that are due at the beginning of the month, but are going to be paid with the paycheck from the end of July. So I have 2 bills there. I have 2 bills here. And I'm trying to decide. So I think originally when I budgeted, whoa, rude, stay sticker book. When I budgeted for July, I was going to pay, so I have a bill due on the 7th, and I was going to pay that with the end of the July bill, but I could pay it with this one. Oh, you know what? When I wrote it out again, I definitely said I was going to pay it. Oh, you know what? No, I didn't say that. I'm losing my mind. It would help if I knew how to read, because now that I'm reading my, thing, my monthly from last month, geez Louise, from July, I'm realizing that I did not tell myself I was going to pay that with that paycheck. I'm losing it. All right, let's get a pen. So I like to do this kind of all together so that I know where I'm at. So Patreon and rent. So these bills will be paid by the time the month starts, but I like to write them in just for my brain, honestly, just keeping track of everything. It kind of helps my brain figure things out. Okay, and then I'm going to take this mild liner and I'm just going to create little dashes, and then I'm going to make some squares. For this, these particular bills, I don't really need to do this because they're going to be paid, so they're not being broken up because they're from the month before. But you'll see once I get further into this, like the colors and the squares do have more of a purpose than it seems like they have currently. So I'm going to highlight payday there with blue, and then payday here with orange. And then that will let me know like what bills, what pay is associated to what payday. I think it always is hard to explain, but then I think it makes more sense like once I actually start doing it. It's just one of those things where I start explaining it and I'm like, it doesn't sound like it makes sense. But then once I get into it, it does make sense. So if you're currently confused, bear with me here. I believe it makes more sense once I get into it. So I have a bill due here. Those bills already will be taken care of. And I have a bill due here. So any of the bills that fall between this payday and this payday, I will put down a blue bullet. And then any of the other ones, I'll put down an orange bullet. And then I will divide them up using the mild liners. So the mild liners are really like the part that's like the actual say in what is being paid. But I just, you know, for aesthetic purposes, because I mean, if you can't have fun decorating and whatever in making things pretty in a budget planner, like, I mean, it's just like any other planner, right? It just, you know, might be a little bit more, I don't even want to say it's more important, but you know, it has a little bit different of a connotation than just like a normal planner that I'm decorating. But I still think that it's fun to make it look pretty, right? There's no harm in making it look fun. All right, and then the 27th. All right, and then I need to put bills in, or I would like to put bullets in for the bills that will be due at the beginning of September before I get paid. So I have been using this for reference. So now I'm going to turn to September, and I see I get paid on the 2nd, and I also have 3 paydays in September, which like that makes me so happy. Those are my favorite months. Granted, my company did just like change ownership, and we are going to be going to a different pay cycle, which is probably going to take me a little bit of time to figure out, but I don't think we're moving to it, at least fingers crossed. We're not moving to that new pay cycle until October. That is what I've heard is October. I have not heard anything for certain, but I have heard October, and that would be great because it will give us, you know, a little bit of a buffer for the pay that we're, you know, it'll give us a little bit of a buffer because we'll have 3 paydays in September. Because what we're going to be going to is getting paid on the 15th and the last day of the month. And I'm not excited. It's going to take some figuring out to make it work, but we're going to make it work. We will. It's just going to be a little bit of a task. All right. So we have Patreon, Rent, Discover, iCloud, because those are all the bills that are due on the 1st or the 2nd, and I will get paid on September 2nd. So now I have to decide. I mean, I guess I don't have to decide right now, but like the bills that are due on the 9th, am I going to divide them by 3? I think I am. So we're going to put those ones in as well. And then the rest of the bills will go, they'll be divided up just by the 2. All right. So let's write in the rest of the things and make this make more sense look-wise, I guess. That is that. And I like to put in the boxes first because, or the highlighter first, because if you put the boxes in first and you don't like let the pen dry long enough, the mild liner will smear them all to, yeah. smear them all to death and they look terrible. And it just makes me sad. Even though, you know, it doesn't really matter if they're smeared, but like it kind of bothers me, you know? I feel like as a planner, you can understand how that can be annoying. Okay, for a second I was like, wait, but yes, I do need to budget that into this paycheck because we don't get paid until the 2nd. And then just gonna finish writing these things in here. And then we'll go through and put some highlighter. So this will just be paid by this, so will this and this. And then here's where we start getting into like the 2s. So this bill will be paid, half of it will be paid from that paycheck. That one is a smaller bill, so it'll only be paid with this one. That one will be paid half from the first paycheck, half from the second one, along with this one, this one, this one. And then these ones, I'm going to divide by 3. I think that makes sense. So then we'll put another box there. And I totally don't need to like put in the boxes like after I do this, but I like the way that it looks and I like to have something to like physically like put a check mark in. I could totally just put a check mark like on the color, but I don't know. Again, it's just like my brain is like, no, you need like an actual box. Anybody else? You're like, why, brain? Why do we need this? But you know what? It's okay. All right. And then on these ones, I'm going to put another box and I'm just going to like color it in black. That way I know like I'm splitting these into 3, but it's going to be like from the next one that that third one comes from. So it's not going to come from these 2 paychecks. All right, let's put in just like a couple fun stickers because why not? Let's do, I like this one. It says, your future looks so bright. Sometimes it's just nice to have that little bit of, what's the word? Motivation, I guess. I like this one too, buy less, choose well, because this is like my life struggle. Like, I just need to buy less things because I don't need half the things that I buy. I'm like, oh, look, I have money for that. Like, let's do it. And then I'm like, no, I didn't really have money for that. Stop. The struggle. Okay, the only other thing I want to mark, I'm gonna grab one of these. Oh, actually, I have a few things I want to mark. Whoops. All right. We're going to grab, I know there's like, there we go, washi. I'm going to use these. Let's just go to the whatever the first page is that has them. Okay. So I'm going out of town here for a wedding. So I'm going to put in out of town, because let's be honest, when you go out of town, you always spend more money than you need to, like, than you mean to spend, than you need to spend, all of that good stuff. And then you're like looking back in your budget and you're like, yo, what is this? Where did all of this, like, why did I spend all this money in these like 2 days? And then you're like, oh yeah, because I was out of town. So it'll be like a visual for me. And then this is one of my sister's birthdays. And then my other sister's birthday is on the 26th. And then my brother's birthday is in September. So, you know, just like all the money all at once. Good thing is that I have a sinking fund set up for those, like for the birthdays. I have a decent amount of money for them, so that'll be good. I won't be like, you know, spending things that I wasn't really prepared to spend. All right, so I'm going to be out of town the 11th, the 12th, and then I'm going to drive back on the 13th, but like, let's be honest, I'm going to be driving, so I'm probably going to end up spending money that I don't need to spend because I'm just not going to want to like cook or do anything like that. So yeah. All right. So now I have that marked. I don't know. That is like so incredibly crooked. I'm sorry. I can't. That is not going to do it for me. All right. These like really thin washi strips and like just really thin washi also are very hard to like maneuver exactly how you want them. All right. We'll just put the little extra piece back in the book. And I believe we are done with this. So the next step in this adventure is going to be grabbing, I've just been using these little half sheets for this. That way I can just like stick it in my monthly and it's just like a half sheet that I have to like flip back and forth instead of a full sheet. It doesn't really matter. I could use a full sheet. I used to, but I changed it up, you know? All right, let's grab, this is not going to show up on this paper, is it? Oh my gosh, it is. Wow. I really did not think that that was going to work very well, but works pretty well for me. Will this one work? Oh yeah, okay. Wow, these are a lot more pigmented than I kind of thought they were, I guess. All right, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go in and I'm going to write in like the actual dollar amounts and things that are going to be on every paycheck. So I'm just going to push my monthly up out of my way. That way I can like see most of it while I write. So the first thing that is getting paid with this paycheck is going to be Netflix. It's $19.99. Actually, I guess I could pull this down. So Netflix and then Spotify. And then Amex, which I think I'm going to write in 75 for right now. If I need to change it, I can, but that's what I'm going to do for right now. And then Spectrum will be, I don't even know, 45. I was like, I don't know. What is it? What else? Okay, Hulu. Do 11 because it's like $19.99, but then you need to add all the taxes and stuff in. I think it's like $21.01. So I just make it 11 and 11. It's 22. Not a big deal. Then it gives me like a little bit of extra buffer in like, so I have like my account that I use for spending, then I have a savings account, and then I have another account that I like put my, like transfer my bill money into. That way I just like, I don't look at it really. It's just like there. And then I have the money for the bills. And that for me has been really helpful because it's just like, it's kind of like an out of sight, out of mind, right? Like I can't see it. I mean, like I could see it, but I have to go out of my way to see it. So I don't normally see it. And I just know that I have all of that money ready for my bills, which is really nice and has really helped me out a lot. And so where I was going with that is this like little bit of extra from, you know, any of these things that gets moved into that account. It just like builds up in that account, and it's good to go there, which is nice. And then I have like a little bit of buffer without even really thinking about like I have some extra money in there. Like I looked at it the other day and I was like, oh wow, there's more money in here than I like need there to be in here. So I do have like, it's almost like an extra savings kind of thing. It's nice to have it set up that way. It helps my brain. All right, so we have this one. And then this is my car payment. I don't know. I write car, but I guess this month we're writing ally. That's fine. And this one will be, oh, I forgot. I'm dividing these by 3. Oh, no. I have it written out right now. By, oh my gosh, if I could use a calculator. I have it written out right now by, oh God, I don't like that number, but that's okay. By 2, because that's how I normally split them up. But all right, I don't like the way that looks, but it's okay. It doesn't need to be pretty. We're just gonna make this, we'll just make it 32. All right, and then this one I also need to divide by 3, which is also not a pretty number. So we'll make this one, we'll just make it 135. That's fine. All right, so we have all of this will be all of the things that will come out of my August 5th payday. And then, okay, and then we're gonna do the August 19th paycheck. So Spectrum. And then this one will include Kindle, which, speaking of Kindle, I need to get back into reading, you guys. I was doing really well, and then I started reading a book that I like. It wasn't that I didn't like it. It was just that it like, I don't even know if it made me anxious, if those are the right words. It was just like, this is frustrating because all of this could be avoided if people just talked. And yeah, it was one of those where I was just like, ugh, this is annoying. Because like, I know in the end they're going to end up together and it's all going to be okay and blah, blah, blah. Or at least, you know, that's what my brain is thinking. So I'm like, ugh, I'm just annoyed. So I stopped reading. And this is what usually happens. That's usually why I stop reading, is because I like get annoyed by something like that. It's fine. I need to go and like read a nonfiction or read a fiction. I don't know. Read a real life book, not a story. Like I read, maybe I'll just pick another book about a serial killer because I've read a lot of those. I don't know. They're just so fascinating because it's almost like a psychology book at that point, right? I don't know. Maybe I'm making things up, but I think they're interesting, so I keep reading them. All right, I think I got all the bills now. So now what I'm going to do is I'm just going to add all of this up. All right. It's always so sad how much it is. And I'm like, wow. Like, why is the world so so expensive? It's kind of annoying, but you know, it is what it is, I guess. Nothing I can really do about it because I've already really like brought down the amount of money. Is that right? Hold on. That doesn't seem right. When it's that small of a number, which wasn't even really that small of a number, but when it's that small, my brain is like, whoa, whoa, wait, hold on. That can't be right. Okay, it's right. Well, that's nifty. Okay. All right. And then, hold on. I feel like that's right, but now my brain is like, wait, is that actually what you get paid? I don't know. The money just like appears, right? No, it's not right. Oh, goodness. Okay. So the first paycheck is usually 54 for some reason. Illogical, but whatever. So that leaves me with $366.06. And then this one, $418.06. And then what I should be doing is like doing a better job of breaking these down, like, you know, savings, spending, all of those things, but I'm just not great at it. I don't know. Let's try. So if I divide that by 2, 183. Well, okay, let's just do this. So groceries, it's about $100, which, I mean, feels like a lot because I'm just one person, but also groceries are getting more expensive, so I guess it makes sense. And also, when you know you're only shopping every 2 weeks, you're going to end up spending more. So I feel like, you know, makes a little more sense than it seems like it makes. I just really put that in the calculator. Like, I can't subtract 100. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. Oh my goodness. Okay, so if I divide 266.06 by 2, I get 133.03. So what I'll probably do, I don't know. I want to say what I'll probably do is move some money, but I probably won't actually. And I don't even know if I'll spend a full $100 because I'm going to be out of town that weekend. So I'm probably like, I always want to like have the money readily available. I know it will be like readily available because it's still in the bank, but you know, it's one of those like mental things. I'm like, no, I need it. Okay. I think I'm done. Why did I do that so fast this time? That only took me, like, usually these are like really long videos. And that did not take me as long this time, which is interesting. Not really sure how I managed that, if I'm being 100% honest. What is going on in my planner right now? I don't know. Hold on. There are pages in here that do not belong. Okay, well that was weird. All right. So we are here. Yes, August. So I will put these back in. And then I'll put my little monthly breakdown in the middle. And then when the paydays come up, I'll just flip to this and I'll be like, okay, this is what I need to move. Like I have it all totaled out here. And usually what happens is like, so like on the 5th, I'll get paid and then this will be due on the Sunday. Probably won't go through until like Monday or Tuesday, but I'll leave like the money for that in my account and I won't move it. Probably the same with this, like I won't move it. So all I'll end up move, and then I'll probably just pay this. So what's really going to end up getting moved is going to be the money for these things that I like want to make sure I don't spend. So that's kind of how I do that. And then I'll flip to September and I'll throw in my bill page there and we are ready to go for August. Wow. I just can't believe it's going to be August. It's crazy. But that is all for me in this video. Thank you so much for hanging out with me today. I hope that you enjoyed this video. If you did enjoy this video, I would really appreciate if you gave it a thumbs up. If you want to see more of my videos, you can hit that subscribe button. And I will see you guys in the next one. Bye, guys.